Okay, so let's say you're sand casting and you want to do more than one object at a time. Now, sometimes, I'll make patterns like this that have a double sprue in two pieces. But if you don't have something like that, and say you just have, maybe it's the same object here, and instead of doing one, you want to do a couple at a time, or a few. So what we do is we start out normally, take the side here that's got the grooves in it, put that down. Got to pack your sand in there. Once it's packed in, you got to scrape it off the top. You want this to be flat. So I'm using a combination of Petrobond and the Delft clay. Okay, once you get that, then you can take your pieces here, and it would work really well to powder this ahead of time. So we'll do that. Now the little hole up here probably won't come out, but that's really no big deal. So we'll see, I think we can only fit 2 in here. If you had the 3-inch mold frame, you could fit more. So push that one in. We'll take the other one. You don't really want to have them touching. So put that one right there. Now at this point we're not going to worry about a sprue or anything like that. We're just going to leave it like that. We're going to take our other half, line it up, and then I find it you can either pounce it on with the sock, or you can take the talc and just kind of paint it on. Just like that. Now we're going to take more of the sand. Hammer it in really good. You can use a hammer. I like the end of a mandrel. Okay, then you want to scrape that off. Anything with a flat edge that will cover the distance will work. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to pull this straight apart. So we got the impression, really good there. Start on this side. Got to pop these up. A little harder to do when you don't have that sprue, but you can figure about where that sprue would be. Let's see, I will probably do that one. And just tip it out. Okay, so now, let's see, I would say we should run the sprue right down the center. So this is the end of a paintbrush. That would work fine. You could use a drill bit. You want to have something that's about 4 to 6 millimeters. So we'll kind of make a Y. Try the paintbrush here. Push that in. You know, you got to mimic this same pattern on the other side, so you want to pick something that's going to be simple to do. Then, of course, you want to cut your funnel. You want it nice and sharp so that the metal goes right directly to the hole. Okay, so once we have that side, which I'd say looks pretty good, you don't want to have any obstacles, no sand. This needs to be nice and smooth. So we'll set that where we can see it, so that we can imagine it and see it, kind of make it easier to do it on this side. So we want our one in the center. Push that in. Branch it off into a Y. Make sure it's smooth. Cut your funnel. Now what you can do, and actually, you know, before we get any farther, and of course I forgot my toothpick again, but we'll just use this knife here. Cut some little vents. They don't have to be very big. They just have to break through into the pattern and reach out the slots there. Okay, kind of blow it out, make sure there's nothing that's going to get into our casting. Okay, so we got that. Now we want to see if the two sides are going to line up. So we kind of look down in there and it looks pretty darn good. So we're just going to go for it here. Push those together. Get the extra sand out of the way. Put that in there. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. We'll see how close we got once we pour it, because we'll see how uniform the sprues are. Okay, so now when I do this, I always get about 1.5 ounces of silver. That's my minimum. So I'm using oxygen and propane with big bottles and regulators. You can use other torches, but in a video I like to get it done fast. Okay, we're going to add a little borax to that. Heat up the tip really good. Make sure it's molten all the way through. Dump it fast. Okay. We're not going to waste time here. See what we got. Got them both there. Make sure you have a good ventilation system. And I'd say that's it. You got 2 castings instead of doing just 1. All right, thank you.